Unit 4 and Module 3 will discuss the Interagency Standing Committee Gender with Age Marker 2018 Assessment Tool. Efforts to improve the quality of humanitarian response over the past 20 years have produced an abundance of tools, guidelines, checklists, and markers, especially with respect to addressing gender issues and achieving gender equality. Back in 2009, the previously used tool, the IASC gender marker, was tested in 3 countries. And from 2011, its use became mandatory for projects included in Consolidated Appeals, including Humanitarian Response Plans, Pooled Funds, and Central Emergency Response Fund, CERF. The gender marker was revised based on comments and requests from the application experience received from both humanitarian practitioners and stakeholders. The revisions aim to improve the quality and coherence of gender equality programming for achieving gender equality in humanitarian response. Revisions included age criteria to make coding simpler and more reliable, and the addition of a monitoring phase so that measurements can be evaluated both in design and implementation. The review also supported a closer alignment of the tool with the commitments of integration of protection and accounting to the affected populations. The revised tool, titled Gender with Age Marker, has been piloted since 2015. Feedback received from pilots and consultations has been systematically incorporated into the tool's improvement to reflect the diverse demands of the humanitarian community. Pilots also confirmed that the tool is easy to use and deepens understanding of how to improve programming for gender equality in 2 phases, namely, project design phase and monitoring phase. With the 2019 Humanitarian Planning Cycle, HPC, the Gender with Age Marker GAM replaces the previously used IASC gender marker, which has been in place since 2009. The Gender with Age marker is a tool which provides an automatic and objective calculation of the quality of humanitarian programming. The marker codes programs and projects on a scale of 0 to 4, based on responses to multiple choice questions, covering 12 gender equality measures. It examines the extent to which key programming actions address age and gender differences during the humanitarian response, and most importantly, there is an added tracking component. It is also a valuable teaching and self-reflection tool, which allows organizations to learn by developing programs that address not just gender aspects, but all aspects of diversity. It is a diagnostic tool for programming staff, relevant at the organizational, sectoral, and national levels. The Gender with Age marker, therefore, is much more than a gender marker with a design, as well as a monitoring phase. It examines levels of accountability, protection, and addresses the concept of leaving no one behind of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The results of the Gender with Age marker directly reflect the commitments of the Agenda for Humanity, which was discussed in the previous unit, including gender-responsive programming, the integration of sexual and gender-based violence prevention into humanitarian response, the effective engagement of affected people, including women and girls, improved transparency and accountability throughout the humanitarian program cycle. The Gender and Age marker is the key tool used by humanitarian community to assess how gender and age are incorporated into humanitarian projects. Use of the Gender with Age marker can ensure organizations' or countries' response plan is effective and delivers the necessary assistance to women, girls, boys, and men of all ages. Its use will similarly be needed in the tracking system. The member states have asked to engage only those financial partners who report their scores in the Financial Tracking Service (FTS) system, and subsequently update the marker score at the follow-up stage. The Gender and Age marker assesses projects for 12 essential program elements known as the Gender Equality Measures, or GEMS in short.
The diagram of the Gender with Age marker details what are these program elements or gender equality measures and their distribution in the project design and monitoring phase. There are 4 key gender equality measures that are considered in the project design phase. Gender analysis. This means the needs, roles, and dynamics of women, girls, boys, and men in different age groups are understood. Based on gender analysis, there is the criteria of tailored activities. Women, girls, boys, and men in different age groups get the right resources. So the first criteria, gender analysis, leads to tailoring the activities to diverse groups. The third criteria is influence on project. This means that women, girls, boys, and men in an appropriate age groups are able to influence decisions throughout the project cycle. The fourth measure is about benefits. Women, girls, boys, and men in different age groups get different benefits appropriate to their status and needs. Each of the four key gender equality measures also are supported by the two gender equality measures that are considered during the project monitoring phase. This enables the reflection of what is working well in the project and what can be improved. What are the supporting gender equality measures? Well, the first measure of gender analysis is supported by the collection and analysis of sex and age disaggregated data. This ensures that different people are counted. The second measure is good targeting. Resources and activities are targeted based on diversity so that the right people get the right resources. The third supporting measure is protection from gender-based violence, that women, girls, boys, and men are safer, and that the project activities ensure this. The next is coordination with others. This ensures to look into coordination with other sector members, sector plans, and their activities. There's also the gender equality measures for feedback and complaints to ensure that people can complain and people can be heard. Measures for transparency to ensure that people get the information they need. The measure for people satisfaction. People in diverse groups are satisfied with the humanitarian response program activities. The final is the project problems. That project problems are known and addressed during the implementation and monitoring phase. In summary, the gender with age marker tracks whether basic program actions are in place. Good programming requires that affected people participate in and influence all stages of a project. Programs should logically flow from the gendered needs analysis to tailoring or adapting activities in response to analysis and who benefits from the intervention. Coding in the tool reflects the presence and consistency of these actions and, most importantly, the integration of gender and age within the actions. The Gender with Age Marker tool can be accessed through the OCHA Humanitarian Response website through this link. Thank you for watching this video on GAM, and we hope you have learned much in this third module on gender perspectives in disaster response.